The people of Israel are united. The people of Israel are one. Israel is made up of Muslims,
مسلمين ومسيحيين
Christians, Druze, and Jews. Even though we are Arabs, even though we Arabs are a minority,
ودروز ويهود على الرغم من ان نحن العرب اقليه بدوله اسرائيل.
in the state of Israel, we represent our state in all its institutions, the Arabs and Jews. The Arabs and
الا
Jews.
اننا بنخدم دولتنا وجميع مؤسساتها، العرب واليهود.
The Arabs and Jews are partners in building the state and protecting it from the hands of terrorism and the enemy.
شركاء فعليين ببناء الدولة وحمايتها من أيدي الإرهاب والعدو. فمن هون
from the Golan and even the Eilat. Is that correct, Rivka? Am I reading this right? Okay.
Yes.
From the
Golan and Eilat.
Golan. Oh, the Golan Heights. Okay, this is the Golan Heights. From the Golan Heights and even the Eilat. From the north to the south, we are all soldiers in order to protect our homeland Israel. We all know that no country offers us no country offers us safety, dignity, and humanity like Israel. Israel is a country of freedom and peace, a country of safety. A country of coexistence between the sons of Abraham, Muslims, Jews, Christians, and Druze. We all know one God, and we all believe that communication and peace is a bridge towards progress and human progress that brings prosperity and light and builds a better future despite what you hear, and builds a better future despite what you hear. Instead of listening to the lies of, what is it? Captain
Al-Duari. Listen to Captain Ella.
Okay, so the only part that I didn't like is that it ignored atheists.
Yeah, they left us out.
They left us out, as they often do. And Israel is filled with atheists, and Arabs are not necessarily Muslims, and ethnically Jewish people are not necessarily believers of the Jewish faith. And Arabs and Jews are a lot more than the sons of Abraham. In fact, I don't think there was an Abraham, right? I think it's just a made-up story. But beyond all the disagreements that I have with her message, it does, Arab IDF soldiers talking about being proud of their country, fighting for their country, defending their country. What does that tell you guys? What do you guys think? Do you want to go on, Elliot?
Well, I think one thing, and we see this, like, for instance, we had somebody even before the live stream started that was shouting some things out there, thinking that it was in their favor. But in reality, as one of our other lovely viewers pointed out, this is kind of exposing that Arabs in Israel have a better life than they do in all these other countries that are Arab majorities. It kind of seems like, maybe I'm wrong here, but it kind of seems like they're saying things like, this is a land for people of all these different faiths, right? They're saying something that I don't think I would ever hear from Hamas or very many Palestinians. So yeah, it just seems like they're doing things better. Am I too big of a swing? I don't know.
You go on, Rivka.
So yeah, she says it, it's the only country that offers them the dignity and the security and the inclusion and the equality. And this is a question I always pose to people when they bring up anti-Israel uh, propaganda or whatever. I say, well, tell me another country in the Middle East where, that is safe for, for religious minorities. It's Israel. For gays, it's Israel. For atheists, it's Israel. There's no other country in the Middle East that offers the protection under the law and also the societal acceptance. Granted, every country has problems. Yes, there's racism. Yes, there's bigotry, but that's everywhere. You know, there's no other country. And she specifically says that. And I also want to point out she's not just Arab in Israel, but she's a female commander in the IDF. And she is an Arab Israeli, so not only is she fighting for her country, but she's offered the opportunity to be in charge, not just in the army, but she is a commander in the army. So, I want to see the Arab countries that offer women, the the Middle Eastern countries that offer women these same opportunities that they have in Israel, and I I really appreciate that she's bringing everybody into it. And I don't know if she's Druze or not, but because I can't see if she's got the Druze flag on her uniform, because they often do. But I wanted to bring something up about Druze. So before independence, they weren't even considered a religious community. They weren't recognized. After Israeli independence, they were. And the Druze are extremely patriotic, and there's a valley, a village that is called the Valley of Commanders, because so many people that come from Druze that come from this area, this village, end up being commanders in the IDF. They are really very much, pro Israel in terms of defending it, supporting it, and they're not shy to talk about it either.
I just checked. She is Muslim,
Yeah.
Arab Muslim female. Yeah.
I just want to add something. It's true that Israel is better for LGBT than every other Islamic or Arab country. It's true that Israel is better for women than every other Arab or Islamic country. However, however, even if you are a Arab man, a Muslim Arab man, okay, you are still better off as an Israeli citizen than any other Arab or Muslim country, right? So you don't even have to be LGBT. So even for the best demographic in Arab or Muslim countries, you will still have more rights and more freedoms as an Arab in Israel than an Arab in an Arabic country. So Israel is better. There's no country to better to be an Arab in than Israel, unless you're very, very rich. So people are like, what are you talking about, Armin? In Saudi Arabia, people are living like royalty, or in Qatar. Like, yeah, that's like not everybody. And I'm also talking about rights and freedoms. I'm not talking about wealth. Rights and freedoms. I challenge you to find a better country than Israel for Arabs.
Like even right now in the picture, like they've got the coffee, next to them, and they're like showing them kind of making it together. Just because, my world is all fairy tales and whatever, but I'm imagining that they're actually making hot chocolate and that they're about to put marshmallows in it. They just didn't do it on camera, so but you can see that it's like these people genuinely like each other. They genuinely care about each other's well-being and stuff. And again, you can see this all throughout Israel. And it's so weird to me that when there's two sides and one side is just openly saying, hey, we like, we want everybody. We want to try to make a world for everybody. And the other side is actively saying, we want to make a world without you in it. Like, Why are you supporting the second group there, people? This is really easy. This is an easy choice in my opinion, but apparently not for some. So,
And the
So
Israeli Declaration of Independence says that we extend our hand, to our
mm,
neighbors, to all people.
mm.
It talks about, the equality amongst people. It has that in their
Does the
declaration. They could use a constitution, don't get me wrong,
we
but
so
those are
guys, we
some of
need to
those
move.
founding documents.
Nothing but traitors. So it's referring to these Arab Israelis who are proud of their countries as traitors, which is extremely racist. Imagine calling somebody a traitor because of their views and their ethnicity. This is absolutely racist. So you're using their race as a way to judge this. Nothing but dung beetles who ignored the war crimes of plus 5 million displaced by Israel, more than 30,000 killed by IDF, 6,000 being children. The reason why so many people got displaced, many Palestinians got, Arabs got displaced, it wasn't done by Israel. Is they got displaced because Arab countries attacked Israel at the very first day of its foundation. That's why they got displaced. It wasn't displaced by Israel. It was displaced by Arab countries, and also all the innocent civilians that are dying in Gaza. That's more because of Hamas. That's because Hamas uses them as human shield. That's the reason. And also regarding this other point that these are token Arabs, like basically calling them house N words, and saying that they use just being used as examples of people trying to misrepresent what the reality is. That's actually completely wrong, as I will show you on screen right now. So you can see that what we're showing you are not just tokens. These are not just a few examples. This is actually representative of most Israeli Arabs. So this is an article by Reuters telling you that Israelis Arab minority feels closer to country in war, poll finds. And this was after Hamas attack. This is like a recent, you can see this is November 2023, right? So this is what polls show. What we are showing you on the screen paints a picture, but it's not just anecdotal. And here's another article by the Economist saying even as war rages in Gaza, Israel's Arabs are feeling more Israeli. Okay, this is partial, and it continues by saying this is partially because of their shared horrors of Hamas and the threat it poses. So you can see that the attack by Hamas on Israel not only did not divide Israelis between Jews and Arab, actually made them closer together. They made them feel more Israeli, right? And also, let me see. Here's another line that I found on Wikipedia, which was very interesting. It says most Arab citizens of Israel are functionally bilingual, with their second language being Hebrew. Recently, there have been reports indicating that Israeli Arabs are increasingly feeling a sense of Israeli identity and are showing a desire for integration and shared future with mainstream Israeli society. Your analogy were all false. These are not token Arabs. This is a representative of Arab Israelis.
I would feel
So
embarrassed if I was saying things like that, I would correct that immediately and stop saying that. And I hope everybody else will too, because here it is.
And I just want to
yeah,
point out that he's passively aggressively trying to say that there's apartheid in Israel in comparison to the apartheid in
Yeah.
South Africa. And that is not the case. Arab Israelis are equal under the law. They are allowed to participate in all these professions. They can go to university. And the majority of Muslims don't have to serve in the army. Muslims and Arabs, rather, or Christian Arabs too, don't have to serve in the army. Okay. And they choose to.
And can rise to the rank of a freaking captain,
Commander, a
even
female
as a
commander.
female Arab Muslim. Wow.